If you only have one day in Portland, Maine, you can actually experience the city beyond a quick lobster roll and a lighthouse photo. I had about 8 hours in Portland on a day trip from Boston and managed to explore the Old Port, ride the ferry to Peaks Island, eat fresh Maine lobster, and finish at one of the most iconic lighthouses on the East Coast. In this video, I'm sharing 5 must-do experiences for first-timers, plus some practical things I learned about visiting Portland without a car. I visited the city in October, which meant beautiful fall colors, but also freezing coastal wind. But don't let that stop you from exploring this beautiful city. Start at the Old Port. This is one of the city's most recognizable neighborhoods. Brick buildings, narrow street, local businesses, and the slightly salty coastal air feeling that tells you right away that you're in Maine. And because it was my first morning in Portland, I started with something distinctly local, a Maine potato donut from the Holy Donut on Commercial Street. If you have never tried one, a potato donut is exactly what it sounds like, but better than you might expect. Mine was crisp on the outside, soft and moist inside, and honestly, it was a perfect breakfast before a very walk-heavy day. Old Port is compact and easy to explore on foot, which makes it ideal first stop when you only have a limited number of hours in the city. The walk around Market and Exchange Street. These two are filled with local businesses and cafes. You can grab coffee, look for souvenirs, and a great spot to just walk around and get to know all the local stuff. I picked up a much needed coffee from Buzz Coffee. October in Portland was beautiful but very windy, so a warm coffee became an essential travel accessory. I then went back to the Commercial Street, exploring more of what Waterfront had to offer. What I loved about this area was that it did not feel like a polished waterfront, built only for visitors. It felt like active, lived in, and connected to the city's maritime identity. Some key spots I explored on the way was the East End Marina, the Harbour Fish Market, and even saw a piece of Berlin Wall along the waterfront. This is where you also need to start watching the time, because my next stop was the part of the day I was most excited about, taking the Casco Bay Lines ferry to Peaks Island. The ferry schedule really shaped my entire Portland itinerary, so if you're planning a similar day, check the current departure time before you go and build the rest of your route. I took the 12:15 ferry and was planning to take the 3:15 ferry back, which gave me roughly around 2 hours to explore. The ride itself was only about 15 minutes, but it was one of the best highlights of the day. It gave me a chance to slow down, take in the Casco Bay, and see Portland from the water. On the way, I spotted Bug Light Lighthouse, Fort Gorges, and Spring Point Ledge Lighthouse. Even before reaching the island, the ferry felt like an experience rather than just a transportation. Peaks Island is a small, scenic, and incredibly peaceful island, a complete change of pace from the Old Port. My plan was to walk Seashore Ave and stop at viewpoints along the coast, but with only 2 hours on hand, walking the full route from the ferry terminal would have taken too long. Luckily, I found a local taxi right after getting off the ferry. For just $5, I was dropped at Ferry Rocks Lookout, the farthest point on my list. That was one of the best decisions of the day because it let me walk backwards toward the ferry terminal in one direction rather than spending my time and energy doing out and back route. From Ferry Rocks Lookout, I followed the coast and stopped at multiple viewpoints. Cairns Beach was one of my favorite stops. The coastline was beautiful, the view over the Casco Bay was stunning, and the whole walk felt quiet and unhurried, even though I was definitely keeping an eye on the time. 2 hours was enough to get a taste of Peaks Island, but I would love to return with no ferry deadline. After reaching the mainland, I stopped by Portland Lobster Company for a quick meal. Ordered the classic Maine lobster roll and relished it while ogling at the gorgeous waterfront. The lobster roll was fresh, buttery, and exactly the Maine meal I was hoping for. My final stop was Portland Headlight in Cape Elizabeth. The lighthouse was completed in 1791 and is the oldest lighthouse in Maine. It is one of those places you have probably seen in photos, but seeing the white lighthouse against the rocky coastline in person was even better. Since I was visiting without a car, getting there required planning. I took a rideshare from waterfront, but what I quickly realized was that there's very little signal near the lighthouse. I asked my driver to wait so I would have a guaranteed ride back, and thankfully he was kind enough to do it. That is a practical lesson that I would absolutely pass along. If you're relying on rideshare, arrange your return transportation before your driver leaves, because you do not want to be standing by the lighthouse, rushing to catch a bus, and hoping your phone suddenly finds a signal. I walked around the trail to see the lighthouse from different angles and also got a closer look at it. This place is stunning and I highly recommend visiting it. After Portland Headlight, I headed back to the bus station for the ride back to Boston. The return journey gave me one more look at New England's fall foliage, and this time with sunset colors across the sky. So the question is one day enough for Portland? I would say yes, it is enough for a really memorable introduction, but not enough to experience the city's laid-back vibe. But if one day is all you have, Portland is absolutely worth it. Start early, plan around the ferry, arrange your lighthouse transportation in advance, and prepare for the coastal weather. If you're looking for more tips and my complete itineraries and exact stops that I took, including all the shops I visited, do check out my blog post. Link is in the description box below. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more such itineraries. I'll see you in the next one.